Welcome, family, to Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. A lot of people ask me can they change their lives? How can they transform their lives? A lot of people are even looking outside of themselves for opportunities and money and this and that, when the change you require is actually an internal shift. You see, life is about energy, frequency, and vibration. And we are influenced, and our lives and futures are manifesting from the energy, frequency, and vibration that we inhabit, and the one that is around us, the energy, frequency, and vibration that we allow in, and the energy and frequency and vibration that we're beaming out to the world. Because we attract who we are, not just in terms of people, but in terms of experiences, in terms of even the reality that we see. Because here on Mama Earth, there are many, many dimensions, but we like to call them perspectives. And one of the fastest ways to really change your life is to take a look at your name, family, because your name carries a certain energy and vibration that will attract certain experiences, either of lack or abundance, of love or no love, of, all these things. And that's why the name that you carry is so important, and that's why there's been such a massive move among the melanated and among the Bantu or the African nations to go back to our African names. Part of the weakening of our people came from taking foreign names which did not carry power, which did not carry strength, and which were alien to our God and our ancestors. I used to actually have a Mzungu name, family, for a very long time. And I must say it served me well, because I was called Yvonne, if you must know, family. And as I was living abroad and everything, my name actually I had a Mzungu name, so that means I was able to live in some really nice places, because they'd think I was a Mzungu, and then I'd show up. So it served me well. But that name was a very selfish name, and it was a very it was a very ambitious name. It carried a very heavy ambition. And so I realized, for the years that I carried that name, I experienced tremendous growth. And it's not just about one name, it's about all your names and your birth names and stuff. But anyway, let me just finish it. It really accelerated me in so many ways, but it was a very selfish and individualistic path. But ironically, when I started, the first time I ever went to sing, or the first time I ever went on radio, the first time I went into my public life, let me call it that, I immediately switched to Mumbi. And my rationale then was that I didn't want people to know Mumbi was Yvonne, so I could I could live my life and have fun. But when I started calling myself Mumbi, my entire life shifted, family. And then now, when I got my PhD from University of Nairobi, and I started calling myself Dr. Mumbi, once again, my life changed. Knowing that Mumbi means creator, knowing that Mumbi is the first mother, those are just the surface things. But this vibration of Mumbi, family, has given me access to spiritual knowledge. It has raised me beyond what I would ever believe. And it has also made me realize the importance of really having your name. And I think whenever you're moving into your destiny, one of the key signs you'll notice is that your name will change. So, there are many names that some of us have, especially if you pass through the church indoctrination, because you probably started with, there's the name on your birth certificate. I can talk, birth certificates is a whole other story. Then there's the name that appears on you, maybe you adopted a name during baptism, and then now maybe there's a name that maybe you change your name on marriage, or on your whatever, on your ID and all that. And you now, if you want to really over in and understand your life and how you've gotten to where you are, good or bad, start to look at the power of your name through numerology. There are a lot of great free numerology sites. I'll try and put one in the description later, family. But you can just assess, what does your name mean? If you're called John, what does John mean? What did John represent? Because that is the vibration that you're carrying around you. Those are like the codes of information that you're moving with. Because the world is a symbolic. Reality is symbolic. The universe is symbolic. And so your name is one of the symbols in which the world interacts with you. And as I was saying, I don't know if I mentioned this, but you will notice that when you're moving into your destiny moment, yeah, I talked about it, your name somehow will change. Or even when you're moving into, especially if you've had an awakening, you may be feeling this real urge and desire to change your name. But if you really want to know what kind of vibration and energy you came in here with, or you were handicapped with, go and look at the name on your birth certificate. The name on my birth certificate is something that hardly anyone knows, family. And when I finally discovered it, because I was one of those people, I didn't see my birth certificate until I was 18. So, first of all, I'd been celebrating my birthday on the wrong day. And secondly, I'd also been, I didn't even know I had a certain name because I was named completely after my grandmother. And when I realized what that name is, because the first name was, it was all about royalty and princess and all these things. It gave me an insight and an idea about the spiritual signature that I came in here with. So definitely analyze your name, family, and look into numerology because this world is constructed and run by numbers. And if you want to change your life, if you've been feeling that need to change your name, do it, family. Take it very seriously because in changing your name, you could actually change your life and your very destiny. Stay uplifted.